I'm Joanne. I do some of the propagation for the plant sale and the staging. And this is our greenhouse. We're all looking forward to the sale, and I wanted to show you some of the things that we are working on here, from seed, from cuttings, from bulbs. And I'm going to start with the castor bean. This is New Zealand purple castor bean, and this will grow to 5, maybe 6 feet tall. These leaves, which are very cute now, will get to maybe 8 to 10 inches wide. And this is a real dramatic plant for any garden. It loves the sun, and it's a beautiful purple. We have, I always do nasturtium every year. So this year I have 2 different ones, and they are 2 different colors. We've got the baby rose, which is a pretty double red, and the Caribbean cocktail, which is these beautiful Caribbean tropical colors, and they are both sort of just, they don't get too big, just about 1.5 feet, maybe a foot high, so they don't go crazy and take over. We have the honeywort, which is a blue flowering plant, nice for the edge of the border. These will get about yay big and yay tall. And they're a real conversation piece. People love them. We've had this for several years now. This is a Crasandra. There are 3 in this pot, and this is the orange flower that it's going to get. You can even bring this inside and use it as a houseplant during the winter. It's got a really pretty leaf, even when it's not in bloom. It's a pretty plant. This is Lisianthus, and this year we've got one called Cherry Sorbet. Again, 3 in the pot, so you're getting a really good deal here, and it's a beautiful color. We've got a few gourds. If you want, these are really fun for kids, and it's kind of fun to just grow your own decorations for the fall. We have things that are well loved. This year we've got 2 slightly different vines, the vinca vines, the sweet potato vine. This one has a beautiful little red edge. It's very delicate and pretty. This has an incredible leaf. We've got the helichrysum icicles, again, 3 in a pot. These will get nice and big. They have a little bit of a scent. It's a good filler for pots or for the garden. We have the alternanthera. Now this is a pretty little guy. If you have a pond or a site that doesn't seem to dry out, this is a plant for you. These are cuttings. It starts out greenish, but as it gets older and gets more sun, it will get bigger and more purple. These need to be trimmed a little bit, but just to give you an idea of how nicely they will grow. And they will flower for you all summer. I've taken mine in the house, and it kept flowering well into winter. So it's a kind of a popular plant for good reason. We also have some amaryllis, which are here. We've got a couple of different sizes. And the bloom time is about March, April on these. This one has several in the pot, so that's going to be a good seller for us. If you like what they call spillers, these 2 different Bidens are for you. They have 2 different leaves and 2 different types of flowers, and they're wonderful in a container. They just drape over, or if you put it in the garden, it will just creep around and keep blooming all summer. And of course we have our good old vinca vine. This is rather fast growing. You put this in by 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to have a lot more vinca. These are 3, so you could even take one and put each one in a different part of the garden. And up front here, we have the caladium. These are grown from bulbs. Judy and I start them in February. The colors are amazing. and the leaves are cool. And if you have shade, these will be very happy in the shade, and they do get much bigger, and they will like to be protected a little bit. You don't want to have those in full sun. Then I want to show you some of our house plants, which we have a lot of. Okay, I wanted to show you some of our house plants. These are from cuttings, a beautiful rubber tree. Going to have these at a really good price. We've got a lot of them. You can see how beautiful they are as they're opening. This is just so cool. That. We have a couple of different Hoyas this year. This one is hanging, and it's the curly type of Hoya. And I've got a smaller one that actually has a variegated leaf. And they're fast growing, and they don't require much maintenance. All right, this is Calathea lancifolia. The leaf is gorgeous. It's purple underneath. It's very exotic looking. It makes me happy just to look at it. If you like your traditional plants, your parlor palm gets real big, fills in a corner of your room, and it's pretty low maintenance. This is another little reddish tinted plant that does like it wet. So that can be outside. We have different marantas. We've got a green and a red. Quite striking. If you like spider plants, or you just want something quick and fast and you don't know what to grow. I mean, this one's already reached its reproductive stage, and it's got some babies on the side, so that's a happy plant. Now, if you are a negligent plant parent, you might want to think about some succulents, which we have a bunch of. We all know the snake plant, but this is a snake plant called shark fin. Same requirements: sun or part sun or shade in your house. And I don't know anybody who's ever killed one. There's another succulent back here. The ponytail palms, and you've got 3 in the pot. They're growing nicely, and they hold the water. These are stem succulents, so they're holding the water in that stem there. So are these, which are called desert rose. Some of these are red. This one happens to be in bloom. This is a white one. It's such an unusual color, unusual form, and it also reproduces from the bottom. So when those get bigger, you could even make more of them. And we got a bunch of jade plants. Liz will show you a lot of her succulents. She's growing a bunch of succulents for us. We've got a staghorn fern, which is such a dramatic plant, no matter what size. We've got a smaller one here somewhere, and we've got the bigger ones. And David will have some very large ones mounted on wood. All you need to do is soak them every week or so, and they look incredible. If you like the drama queens, of course, there's always Monstera. This one is Swiss cheese for obvious reasons. All you need to do is put this in a room, and it's like instant personality for the room. So these are priced well, and I tried to get unusual ones. This is quite gorgeous with the white leaves. This is another philodendron called Gloriosum. And Ring of Fire. I mean, look at that. You don't really think of a philodendron as looking like this. So they're fun and different. And hopefully you will find something that you love. We're not going to give you the weeds. Those are coming out. And this is an aglaonema with this incredible red-edged green leaf. not too hard to grow. Nothing here is very hard to grow. So come to the plant sale and buy some of our stuff. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Liz Demkin.
Jennifer Richardson.
And we are in charge of the coleus propagation for the plant sale. This year we have about 600 plants, more than 600 plants of almost 40 varieties. So we're going to do a quick video tour of the types of plants we have this year. But we wanted to show you what your planter could look like if you get some of our plants. Now this is one that Jennifer made last year, and we used it very vigorously as a mother plant for many of the varieties that you have here. Other people also gave us mother plants, and you will see them here.
And this pot has 4 varieties.
Vicky Barone gave us this one. It was a little bit bigger than
will pair nicely with Kathy's.
What we have here. This one came from Kathy Coleman,
and that would pair nicely with that.
This one is called Golden Freckles, and it
from David Nile.
It's one of David's favorites, and it can go nicely with this one, which just grew for us 2 years ago. And you can also put the third plant, this one, together. Not exactly sure where that one came from. This plant is one that came from Rosie Dawn Gardens. It's Rosie Dawn Gardens is a very well-known coleus source.
And at the Rosie Dawn, this was Rosie Dawn's last year?
No, 2 years ago.
This is this year's pick at Rosie Dawn, which cost us $8
plus shipping.
So at our sale, you'll get this size between $8 and $9.
Okay.
Great bargain.
This plant is a plant that was liberated from in front of Bagel Chateau by an unsub. But and we have about a dozen of those. This one is a very tried and true thing, tried and true variety. It's rather plain, but it can be put with many, pretty much every different plant we have here. And it's a sleeper because it starts off just very plain looking, and then as it grows, as the summer progresses, it starts sending off
pinks and yellows, and
very.
And you can pair that with a lime or another pink plant.
This plant is one we've had forever. It's called it's a Magilla. It's called Magilla. It is a coleus. It's not a separate variety.
And that plant will perform for you in the ground, in a pot. It adapts to wherever you put it. So I've put one in the ground, and it's a big, at the end of the year, it turns out to a big mound. And that's where this one is. That's where this one came from, in the ground. That's a Magilla.
In addition to large plants, we have a variety of small plants. This year, these came from Rosie Dawn Gardens last year, and they don't grow very tall, so they're good for the front of a planter. Jennifer grew this one last year, and you see it got very full, but it didn't grow very tall.
And your dog, you can't get your dog out of there. You see?
My dog, my dog is in there. Here's one, also stays rather small. It's a very light, dark, it's a light yellow, yellow-green with a stripe in the center. This one is called
tried and true.
This is a tried and true called Inky Toes. It's been with us for a long time, and it's because the leaves look like toes.
No toes.
This one is called Dipped in Wine, and it's It's been with us for many, many years, very successful. This one also has been with us for a while. I mothered it over the summer and didn't do a great job on it, so we only have 4 of them, but you'll have more success than I did.
Yes, we will. You want to talk about the mosaic?
It looks like, it reminds me of alligator leather. It's very alligator looking.
Keep that out. Yeah, take that.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
We'll talk about the mosaic.
This one is an unusual color. You know, it could look very nicely with this one.
Yes, for sure.
Right? And it came from Rosie Dawn Gardens as well, several years ago. Here's kind of a cute one, purple and green. All of our plants are sprayed with
Name?
debugging solution.
Debugging.
And hopefully we'll hit them one more time. This one is a variety that is very robust. And the reason I know it's robust is
that's a tried and true too.
Is because I knocked a tray over when I was
sticky fingers.
When I was pinching, and about 2 weeks ago. Here's the difference.
Can't even tell.
Barely tell.
They're very resilient.
Yes.
And as she was pinching, I also got a little agita because she was throwing them away. So some of your plants will have additional babies inside the pot.
This one has two plants. This one has 2 plants.
Because I couldn't bear it.
Third. So you're definitely going to get your money's worth. This is one that I planted, that I grew from seed. It's very plain, but I have a soft spot in my heart for it in my yard.
It pairs well with the more showy plants.
Yes. And then one more plant we're going to show you is the one that we got from Maria Mulkern. It's called, it's a Kong variety, and it is, it has very large leaves.
Yeah.
It has very large leaves, and
this one you can put by itself because it has so many vibrant colors in it, and the leaves are so huge.
So I think that's a good idea of. I hope we've given you a good idea of what we have available to you, and when you're at the sale, Jennifer will be more than happy to help you.
I'll help you match them up, make them beautiful.
Yep, and you too can have something like this. Thank you, and
thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
I'm in charge of the organizing of the delivery and potting up of the over 4,000 plants that we get every March for the plant sale. As many of you have done, you have helped us pot up all of those plants in March. We put them in the cold frames and we put into this greenhouse. We are currently in the upper greenhouse where we did the potting up. So I'm going to show you the results of that potting up and hopefully entice you to tell all your friends and neighbors to come to buy all these beautiful plants that we have growing right now. Among them are these dianthus. We have 3 different types of dianthus, and they're all in bloom right now, gorgeous, and they will bloom all summer. Many of you know they're a little carnation. We also have 2 Hemerocallis daylilies. This one is called Pooh Bear. It's yellow with a dark center, and we also have Moses Fire, which is a nice double red. So something to add to your collection. We also have these lovely pulmonarias. Pulmonarias are beautiful. They bloom in the spring with these lovely flowers, but then they keep their leaves all summer, and they're lovely mottled, so they add a little color to your garden. And they do multiply and spread, not outrageously, but beautifully, so you'll have a nice display. We also have 8 different types of ferns. You can see some of them around us here. This one is a pictum, Aetherium pictum, and this one is a cristata the king. Very different, but very prolific and beautiful for the shade. And as I say, we have 8 different varieties of those. We also have 4 different varieties of heucheras. This one is called Northern Exposure Amber. Lovely. And it will have flowers at some point, but you really buy it for the leaves, and it lasts like this through the winter. And this is a heucherella. Lovely pink flowers here. This one is called Pink Revolution. The flowers are lovely pink color, multiple color. And heucherella is a combination of heuchera and tiarella. So it blooms mostly like a tiarella, really. And these two last all year. Beautiful leaf in your shady garden, or semi-shady. This is a geum. Geum red dragon, that's for sun. See how they're about to bloom. So we've done a nice job in potting them up and keeping them going till the sale. So we have 2 different geums. We also have 3 different geraniums. This is a new one which we got this year called Raven. It's a beautiful purple color. You can see it's just a lovely example of a beautiful geranium. Geraniums are always good in the garden. This is an echinacea that we've tried to get a few years in a row called Green Twister. It's actually yellow, pink, and green. A lovely flower. And of course, echinacea are great for your pollinators. So it's a cone flower. So look for this, and we have 2 or 3 different kinds of echinacea as well. Here we have a monarda called Sugar Buzz Pink Frosting. It's a lovely thing. Look how great the plant has grown this year. So those who potted this up did a great job. You should be very proud of yourselves. This is an Iceland poppy. Look how cute this is. This is one of Judy Cronin's favorite plants, and we've had it over the last few years, and it's always great when it's in flower like this. Very appealing to everyone. Very cheerful and happy, just like Judy. This is a Bellum-canda freckle-face blackberry lily. They get a lovely frond of flowers on them, on a stem, and then blackberries. That's why I call it a blackberry lily, which will help you spread it in your garden. But they're lovely plants, very hardy, very sweet. Of course, we will have fruit and veggies at the garden, as you know. This is our raspberries. This year, rhubarb, sorry. You all recognize that it's a rhubarb. These came this year very, very good from the grower. So they've produced a nice leaf this year. And this is the raspberries, which people love. We will have also strawberries, we will have goji berries, and we will have gooseberries coming at the sale also from another grower. I wanted to show the hostas. Now we have, I think it's, I have to look at my cheat sheet, 8 different hostas this year. This one is called Ben Veroon. It's a lovely color combination there, very, very cheerful and bright. This one is called Raspberry Sundae, and it has red stems on it, so that adds distinction to it. Beautiful, beautiful plant. This one is called Dancing in the Moonlight. Just very charming, very good for the shade. It'll produce a nice big plant over time. And this one is called Rainbow's End. I think this is just very, very charming. And these plants have grown beautifully for us. So whoever gets this will get a terrific buy for their garden. This year we have some new plants that we try. Every year we try a few new things and see how they work out. This year we tried armeria, and look how lovely that is and how beautifully they've grown. This has been a big success, so it encourages us to do it again in the future. And this one is a Potentilla arc-de-ciel. This is a lovely, lovely flower. Also something new this year that we can try, and hopefully it'll be very successful in everyone's garden, but that's worth repeating next year. We also have a different kind of liatris this year. Usually we have cobalt, which is a purple, short purple. Last year we had a white. This year we've got one called glow stick, and it's a very tall stem of purple, so it's much different from the shorter version of the liatris. And look how beautifully these corms have grown up since March. Just a fabulous plant. We also got, usually we don't get, but this year we got a couple grasses. This is one of Kathy Coleman's favorites. It's called Carl Forrester, and that's grown beautifully for us, and it looks like something. Usually we don't get grasses because they don't look like anything in May, but this one has done very, very well for us. And this is Enophiopogon nigrans. They're very slow-growing, low-growing grasses. They do get a berry on them, but it's a lovely, lovely color for your garden. Just a beautiful plant, and it has done very well this year for us. One of the very distinctive things that we have this year is a Euchemus African night, a pineapple lily. My husband David has grown not this color, but another pineapple lily in the garden for a number of years, and they do come back. This African night we saw in one of the gardens and the garden walk last year, and my husband was lusting after it, as he does, and so I saw that we could get it, and so we did buy it. It is a bulb, and it's taken a while for it to establish itself, but they are coming, and they will grow all summer, and by next year or the year after give you a lovely display. So this is just a sample of what we have for sale. Of course, we have astilbes, we have brunera. As you can see around me, we have these cicerynchums that have been in bloom, all the different ferns. It's just a wonderful display of plants that we've all worked so hard to pot up and keep alive through all of this from March until May. So I thank everyone who helped us pot it up, and I hope you come and see what you potted up and how well it grew. So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you at the sale.
Maria,
Yeah.
this is what people
Karen.
signed up for at the meeting last
Oh
month.
my. There's some good stuff on
There's
there.
some good stuff, but not enough.
You know, can't feed all these
Yeah.
people with just
a salad on
things.
Monday and some corn salad on Tuesday.
popcorn is great.
Popcorn's
It's a great
wonderful.
snack.
Cinnamon rolls, love that.
Mhm.
Brownies, pasta salad, cookies.
Mhm.
But we need stuff every day.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm Karen, this is Maria, and we're in charge of food for the plant sale.
Yes.
We feed everybody Monday lunch, Tuesday lunch, Wednesday lunch, Thursday lunch and dinner, well, really just dinner, Friday lunch and dinner, and then Saturday lunch. So we have a menu planned. It's in the newsletter. And we're doing like a soup and some sort of a salad every single day, and some meal, dinner time things. But we need extra stuff because we could have up to 30 volunteers in a day or more even. You just never know. We'd love a variety of things, and we'd love your help. So if you guys could sign up at the meeting or call or just bring something, we'd appreciate it. And we would love it. Another thing we are not doing any disposable single-use plastic bottles for water. Mm-hmm. So we'd appreciate it if you brought a container. We'll have jugs of water, and we have a filtered water fountain that you guys can fill your water bottles up from. Mm-hmm. But we'd really appreciate it if you brought a water bottle. We're going to have some paper cups, mm-hmm. so you could use that. So we will have coffee, tea, and some juices, some snacks like chips and cookies and stuff all day long to keep you going so you can work harder and sell more plants.
And we'll try to keep it healthy. Try.
We're doing something a little different this year. On Thursday, instead of serving lunch and dinner, we're just going to serve an early dinner, probably around 3, mm-hmm. just because the people who were working the shifts did not have time to eat lunch and then until later. And then when they came, most of the food was gone. So we are going to serve a late lunch. Well, there'll be snacks around, but it's going to be a late lunch, early dinner. Mm-hmm. See you at the plant sale.
See ya.
It's me again. I am not David Nile. Cheerio. Those are big shoes to fill, but I am going to show you some of the things that he's been working on behind the scenes for the plant sale. And we have them here today. David's passion for plants is exceeded only by his passion for making more plants. As gardeners, I'm sure we all understand that. So I'm going to start with Sticks on Fire. Now, David loves to do cuttings, and this is a beautiful one that he's done cuttings of. In the summer, when this plant is in your yard, in the sun, it turns orange. That's why it's called Sticks on Fire. And it's very eye-catching, very low maintenance. And we have cuttings here that are ready to grow. These will get even bigger than this. The one I have at home is like yay big. It's gorgeous. Then he has very carefully propagated. This is one of the mother plants. This is a crown of thorns. It's a red one. This and the Sticks on Fire are both euphorbias, so they're related to poinsettias, and they both have a milky sap inside. So David has taken cuttings of these that are ready to go, and as you can see, they're going to grow and branch out, and these will flower all summer, all winter. They just keep flowering. You bring it in the house, and you've got this flowering house plant the whole time. Very nice. David has propagated a lot of bay trees. These are one-year trees. Look at this new growth on there. I mean, these are ready to go. And we also will have some 2-year trees that he started 2 years ago, and they're tall, and they're ready to plant. They do need to be brought inside, but you want fresh bay leaves to use in your cooking. Even if you just want something ornamental, they're very pretty. This is a special plant. It's a plumeria. This is the flower on it. These are tropical. They need to be brought inside. They will get very large. You'll just keep putting it in bigger and bigger pots, so you keep it trimmed down. The flower is very fragrant. It's frangipani, which is used in a lot of different fragrant products. And these will be at the plant sale, ready to go. And you'll bring them in the winter, and you'll be able to enjoy them during the winter. They won't be blooming, but they're just so tropical and gorgeous. They just fill a sunny spot very nicely. And this guy is Buddha Belly. Several years ago, David found seeds for this from a mail order, and this is a stem succulent, and it gets flowers. And when these flowers are finished, it gets more seeds. So David has taken those seeds and made more Buddha Belly plants. So these are the babies, And this will get even bigger. And these are going to be a really good price. And you have David to thank for all these exotic things. We also have, well, I don't know if you can see it. Let me move this. This is a devil's backbone. I don't know if I can pull that out. Right. Have a look at this. Okay, pretty incredible. I'm going to put it on the ground here. I'm going to pick up what I dropped. And David's done cuttings of those. So they will start out like this and get like this. They branch off so beautifully. The color, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's got a pink tinge. They're very variegated. They love the sun. They're so cool. In your house, in your garden, people will say, what is that? And you will have something really special. I mentioned the Justicia. This is a sweet plant. Very pretty leaves. Each one done lovingly from a cutting. And gets this gorgeous flower. So make sure you get one of these. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Lackey, and I'm the plant sale chair this year. We are very excited for this 88th annual plant sale, as you have seen from all the wonderful interviews that Bill Coleman did with all our wonderful committee members. We are ready to go and cannot wait. So I'm sure you're ready to go too. And if you volunteered for the plant sale, you get to come to the volunteer portion of the sale. We are open from 10 to 10:45 on Thursday for you, for volunteers to come and select the plants that you want. You have first choice. You will not pay for them then. You will put them behind the pool and come back any day after 3 o'clock and pay for them then. What we ask, though, is that you quickly do your shop in that 45 minutes, put your plants behind the pool, and then drive on out of the parking lot, because as you'll see when you come in, we are going to be lined up around the block with people waiting to come in to actually purchase for our sale non-members. So we want to be ready to go. So thank you for all the help that you've done. I want to thank all my committee members for all this wonderful, luscious greenery and beautiful flowers. And thank you, volunteers, for coming out to help us do this. Thanks so much. Happy plant sale.